Hello and welcome. My name is Jesse Bayer. I'm a co-founder and managing partner at Abundant Living Ecuador, a real estate and relocation services firm based out of Loja in southern Ecuador. Coming to you today from our offices on 24 de Mayo. Today is Wednesday, May 26, 2016. I wanted to put this video together for you today because and this is all about visa options, obtaining your visa in Ecuador, because there's a lot of lousy information out there and there's a lot of people just interested in this subject. So I wanted to give you the hard facts about obtaining your visa in Ecuador. And I'm going to talk to you today only about permanent resident visas, so residency visas. I'm not going to cover non-residency visas or non-resident visas today, although there are some good options depending on your parameters and your situation. So basically, for obtaining your permanent residency in Ecuador, you've got three options. They're all easy and they're all good options. That is professional visa, investor visa, and pensioner's visa. So I'll go over all three. I'll give you the prerequisites. I'll give you the process parameters, etc. So for the professional visa, the only requirement is that you have a college diploma. So if you've graduated university and you have a degree, you can apply for the professional visa. Now, the caveat to that is Ecuador has a list of colleges and universities which they've approved under the professional visa. I will include that list in the comment section below. However, if your school is not on that list, you can apply, you can petition to have it added. Up until now, I haven't seen them reject one of those petitions. Okay, next option, investor visa, also a sweet option. This really is good if you are planning on purchasing land or a property in Ecuador. The only requirements for a professional visa is a $30,000 or more investment in Ecuador. So you can do that through a property. You can do that through a CD, a certificate of deposit, which can be also a good option because reputable banks in Ecuador, and yes, I realize there is no such thing in the world as a reputable bank, but reputable banks in Ecuador offer 7, 8, even 9% annual interest on a CD, so you can do well that way if that's the option you choose. And then you can also do it through buying shares in a company. The third option is a pensioner's visa. For that, all you need is an $800 or more a month pension from anywhere, including Social Security. Okay, those are your basics for each visa. Now I'm going to give you the paperwork, and I'm also going to give you the specifics for each visa that apply to that visa. So for all three of those visas, you're going to need the following documents. And for every document I'm going to mention right now, it's going to have to be apostilled and notarized for use in Ecuador. Okay, so three documents that you need for all three of these visas: birth certificate, FBI criminal history or the applicable agency of your country, and your state criminal history. I assume that would be your the province criminal history from places like Canada and places in Europe. Okay, so that's you need for all three visas. For the professional visa, you're also obviously going to have to add your diploma to that list. For the investor visa, there's no additional requirements. For the pensioner's visa, you're going to have to get proof of your pension, and you're also going to have to go to the Ecuadorian consulate and get a letter stating that the source of your pension. So that covers the three visas. Now, Ecuador has a 3-year waiting period once you're a permanent resident before you can apply for citizenship. So with any one of those visas, after 3 years of holding it, you can apply for citizenship. Now, if you have, for example, an investor visa and your visa is attached to a piece of property, or your visa is attached to a CD, you have to keep that property or keep that CD, and the central bank holds the CD during the time that you're a resident. Once you've passed the 3 years, if you apply for citizenship, you can then either sell the property if you so choose, or you can get your CD back, including, of course, all the interest and everything. Another thing to keep in mind, that if you do need to change, like for example, you buy a CD and a year later you just need the money, you can switch your visa type, but it starts the 3 years over again. Okay, so those are the basic requirements. Ecuador has 3 months of visa-free travel from almost every country in the world. I will include a list in the description of the countries that do not have visa-free travel to Ecuador. And then you can apply for an additional 3 to 6 months, which is rubber stamped. So you got 6 to 9 months, including the extension, that you can travel in Ecuador without applying for a more permanent visa. Now, what are the drawbacks? And there is one major drawback. For the first 2 years in Ecuador, you can only travel out of the country for 3 months a year. Okay, so year 1, you can be out of the country a maximum of 3 months. Year 2, same thing. Year 3, you can travel unabridged, and then at the end of year 3, you can apply for citizenship, as I mentioned. So that pretty much covers it. One of the components of our business is relocation services. So we cover you A to Z with your entire relocation process, including, of course, the visa. You can check that out at ecrelocation.com. That's ecrelocation.com. You can check out our website for real estate at abecuador.com. That's A as in apple, B as in boy, Ecuador.com. You can reach us on our toll-free line, 888-999-0948. Email info@abecuador.com. Please check us out on all our all our social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're pretty much everywhere, probably a couple of others. Please rate and subscribe and share and all that good stuff if you found this video helpful. I hope everybody out there has a wonderful day, and hope to talk to you soon. Take care.